The 2K Sports Pregame Show, presented by Kia.
Greetings and welcome to 2K Sports. I rarely say greetings, but I just did. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, alongside Kenny and Shaq. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from Salt Lake City as the Jazz go up against the New Orleans Pelicans. And for New Orleans, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. You look at how the Jazz have been playing the past few seasons, and obviously, defense has been key for them. But what other changes have allowed them to find their footing again in the Western Conference?
Well, the big change has been they cleared the way for that young front court, Ernie. You know, they made some trades, and they made everyone giving those guys opportunities to grow and learn, and a commitment to Favors and Gobert. That is something to build around.
There's been a huge change in the team mentality under Coach Snyder. You're starting to see some of that toughness that people associate with the Utah Jazz. Karl Malone and John Stockton, they're back.
Do you like jazz, by the way?
No.
You don't like jazz music? You don't like?
I'm a hip-hop guy, Ernie.
I bet you like some jazz.
I love me some Herbie Hancock. And I love some George Benson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I love that. My favorite song was Mr. Magic.
I like some Dave. I like me some Dave Brubeck, the old piano. I like that.
Boom, boom, boom. See, you know jazz. See, you know it. Hey.
You know who else knows jazz? Big jazz fan, Kevin Harlan.
The Utah Jazz have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend the home court here in downtown Salt Lake City, Utah. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. This is the last stop for the Pelicans before returning to New Orleans. They are 4 games out of the final playoff spot, so they'll need some good breaks down the final stretch to make it happen.
Here we go. And guys, this is an opponent that's given them problems first 2 times out that they met. Both losses. We'll see if the third time is the charm.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Frazier is out there with Holiday. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Hill in at the 3 slot. Here's Frazier. A 3-pointer off the mark. So for the Jazz, their last game a loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles.
You know, I don't like to use the word shock, but that was a shocking result for me. Nobody saw that one coming. To lose to that team was surprising enough, but to get blown out like that?
Yeah, that's a bit of a head scratcher there. That was a case where every single thing that could have gone wrong for them, it showed up.
And Davis sends it back. Hill dishes to Cousins. They get it back. Davis kicks to Hill. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Hill's got the first bucket of the night, a 3-pointer for the Pelicans. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Johnson outside. The dish now to Hayward. Fires for 3. Again, the miss by Hayward. For New Orleans, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Brent, you remember when Anthony Davis came into the league, the only question mark was his slender frame. Those days are over.
Well, when he turned sideways his rookie year, you couldn't find him, but he's put on 30 pounds of muscle and has still retained all of that quickness. So that's a testament to the training staff as well as his discipline and commitment in the offseason to get better. Remember, he's working on that 3-point shot, Kevin. Imagine that when that comes along.
And here's Frazier. George Hill getting it to go from deep. Screen by Cousins. Davis, the pass to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
Shooting 1.
The Jazz shooting their first free throw of the night.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Frazier kicks to Davis. Davis sets a screen. Holiday dishes to Cousins. Davis has the open look. Cans it from downtown.
Just a healthy-looking shot from Anthony Davis there. That is freakish that he can step out and knock those down.
Hill kicks to Hayward. The Jazz working the ball around now. A shot by Johnson, no good.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Yeah, awesome job right there of closing out on the shooter to contest. May have made him adjust that just a bit.
Now here is Hill. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. He dishes it to Holiday. 4 on the clock, and that one's good. Cousins.
Well, you see how difficult he makes it on anyone that's going to try to guard him. Just an offensive dominant player.
Pass to Johnson. Outside Hood. He kicks to Hill. There's the feed to Hayward. Takes the 13-footer, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Oh, check out the handles. Their nasty spin move had his man grabbing for air.
Screen by Cousins. Holiday with the 3. Rebound, Utah.
Shocking he blew that opportunity, guys. 9 times out of 10, that is an easy make.
Another miss by Johnson.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
Yeah, he sat in that mid-range area, which can be a no-man's land defensively, but he quickly moved over to contest.
Now here is Holiday after the miss from Joe Johnson. Davis kicks to Hill, and stolen by Hayward. Again, the miss by Hayward. New Orleans has gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Holiday, the pass to Frazier. And Cousins kicks to Holiday. Pass to Davis. Takes it from 10. Goes back up. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
New Orleans shooting their first free throws of the game. And the first one at the line is good. And DeMarcus Cousins, such a polarizing figure for coaches and fans alike. And this is dating back to his college days, even at Kentucky.
Yeah, maturing some, but obviously that fire burns bright within him. His passion is what helps fuel that production, especially when you start comparing him to other true centers.
Now here is Hill. Was definitely not pleased how he played against the Clippers. Hayward outside, fires from deep, knocks down the 3 ball. Hayward's got his second bucket of the night.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Frazier outside. Kicks it to Cousins. Gobert with the block, and he recovers it. Lock at 6. Frazier dishes to Cousins. Over Gobert. And again, no good by New Orleans.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Hayward kicks to Hill. Johnson the screen. Hill passes to Johnson. And a miss there on the triple.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
Outside, Davis. Holiday dishes to Davis, and taken away by Johnson. Hill has the open look. Cousins pulls it in. The Pelicans trail. Frazier kicks to Cousins. Shot, high post, and he hits the jump shot. Cousins has got 6.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
Tonight they are here to compete. This is what the fans paid their money to see.
Now here is Hill. 6 points for him. Johnson wide open. He fires. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
Well, Joe Johnson, a good shooter for all the time he spent in the NBA. That's solid.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
Impressive to see that type of offensive onslaught on the road. They had the crowd stunned. Those fans couldn't believe how thoroughly their guys got dismantled tonight.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to see which teams have been the best in the rebounding department since the All-Star break. The Pelicans 4th.
I mean, they just out-muscled their opponents under the glass. I mean, impressive rebounding numbers, and they've really only gotten better.
New Orleans gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Screen by Cousins. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Good on the three-point shot. Holiday's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Gobert, the screen. Hill passes to Johnson. And it's Johnson again missing. New Orleans has gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Hill against Frazier. Outside, Davis. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And now it's a three-point New Orleans lead. Hill kicks to Gobert. The three, and George Hill with the three. Hill's got it all tied up now for the Jazz.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Frazier with it, now guarded by Hood. Frazier dishes to Holiday. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Holiday's got his second bucket tonight. You know, Brent, every player is forced to figure out what they want to do when their career comes to a close. How did you choose to join us here in broadcasting, and how has that transition been for you?
Well, I'm a big video game player, Kevin, so here I am. Thanks a lot.
And you're a good one.
I love to play, and now I got boys that do the same thing, so it's one big happy circle.
And plus, it's kind of like brushing up on the league, too, because there's so many stories and the way players play. A lot of things kind of develop in your mind, I'm sure, as you watch and play.
If I can be serious for a moment, Kevin, my dad was a broadcaster for quite some time, and I always felt like after my playing career, I might have an opportunity to do the same. And here I am, very fortunate to continue to talk about the game I love.
The Berries are blessed with beautiful voices.
And that's alliteration.
And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Johnson.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for Gordon Hayward. Alec Burks checked in for Hood, and it's Exum in for George Hill. The Pelicans also changing it up. Monty Eunice is checked in for Anthony Davis. Cunningham comes in for Hill, and Cook subbed in for Drew Holiday. In the city of New Orleans, still grappling with the legacy of Hurricane Katrina back in 2005. So much devastation. But Brent, this city has really come back, and their bounce back has been inspirational.
Well, it has been inspirational, and it continues to inspire people around this city to great, great heights. And what the Pelicans have in front of them, Kevin, could really bring a sense of confidence and community to New Orleans in some huge ways. Anthony Davis has a lot on his shoulders, but could go down as one of the most influential athletes in Louisiana.
And checking out some numbers for Cousins. Since the break, he's been simply stellar, averaging about 22 points per, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he leads the way for them in the scoring department.
The free throw drops for Motiejunas. And looking at the Jazz roster, they're a well-balanced group. You see scorers, Greg, playmakers, rebounders, shot blockers, plenty of quality depth.
And they've done a great job of drafting. Many of the main pieces of the puzzle seem to be in place. The next step for me is, will one of these young core players emerge as a superstar?
Second free throw, no good.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
And here's Exum. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Burks' shot is good. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. It's a three-point game. Earlier, David Aldridge had a chance to speak with head coach Alvin Gentry. D.A., what'd you find out?
Well, Kevin, they have a specific approach to tonight's game. He told me they have to get the ball into the paint as much as possible and take advantage of what they believe is a big inch for them inside. We'll see if they're right about that tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Passes it to Lyles. There's the screen. Ingles kicks to Burks. And no good. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, that had to have been #1 priority for the coaching staff coming into this one, limiting those turnovers and making sure they don't beat themselves this time.
Jazz trail by 5. Exum kicks to Lyles. It's deflected. Crawford with the steal. Now here's Motiejunas. He's coming off a 13-point game against Denver.
Well, he also chipped in on the glass. He was a force to be reckoned with, and that made a big difference.
But they recover it. And a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Now it's a 7-point Pelican lead.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
And it's a result of the defense not doing its job in the low post, boxing out and preventing second chance points.
Now here's Burks. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. The shot. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Motiejunas has got 5 points so far.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
And Diaw kicks to Burks. Out left to the wing. Dishes to Diaw. Just 5 on the clock. That 3 off the mark. Pelicans leading by 9. Feeds it to Cook. From downtown. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Yeah, it looks like the makings of a blowout here, but their task now is to maintain this level of effectiveness and not get sloppy.
Here's Ingles, and the Pelicans picked up 3 with their last shot. Diaw with a screen on Crawford. Lyles passes to Ingles for 3. Diaw. Motiejunas grabs the miss. Motiejunas has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
A bit shocking that he has not registered one made field goal in the quarter, guys.
And then Cousins with the dunk.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, not only have they been the aggressors, their early execution has been off the charts.
Now here's Exum. Looking for his first basket still in this one. They set the pick to stop the run, and it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. And the Pelicans making a change here. Here's Crawford. He's coming off a 13-point game against Denver.
And he also was really tenacious about attacking the D and creating wide open shots for his other guys. That's why his teammates love him.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Pelicans lead by 14. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Salt Lake City. And one of the rising stars in the NBA is Anthony Davis. His offensive game is growing by leaps and bounds, and he talked about his area of focus.
A lot of face-up, like to do the one dribble pull-up. You like to do the one dribble and fade back off one leg. I haven't got there yet, but catching the ball at the elbow, catching the ball at the nail.
Well, I tell you could be here an awfully long time if we're going to list all the different moves Anthony Davis can hurt you with.
Yeah, the Brow definitely has the full toolkit available to him. Tools a lot of guys don't learn to use till much later in their careers, really, if at all.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And looking at what we've seen, Pelicans pretty much in control here.
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Very physical, very active. Their defense has all the components needed to get stops.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the Jazz. Exum and Burks, their backcourt. Lyles out there with Boris Diaw. And it's Ingles in at the 3.
Well, Boris Diaw's skills really fit today's NBA. He's like a point guard from the power forward position. You can run your offense through him both at the top of the key and, of course, out of the post as he backs down defenders. He occasionally can score from down there as well. So much versatility from the power forward position.
Exum dishes to Diaw. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Well, both him and the team seem to be off their game right now, and the frustration is clearly mounting as the clock is winding down.
Burks with the steal. In transition, here come the Jazz. Burks leading the charge. Here's Lyles. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Moniunas kicks to Davis. Here's Crawford. And that one goes long. And for Diaw, you mentioned his post-up ability, Brent. Underrated strength. He can bang in the block both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, sometimes it's interesting. The lineups they have put him at the 5 spot, and he's not really a rim protector, but he moves well enough in that limited space to hold his ground. And the positives, dare I say, outweigh the negatives.
Agreed. Now Moniunas. 8 points for him. Crawford's shot is good.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Exum kicks to Burks. Nice ball movement by Utah. Now here's Exum, guarded by Crawford.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Moniunas, no luck.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Burks kicks to Diaw, and there's the pass to Exum. From beyond the arc, cans it from downtown. Exum's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. New Orleans leading by 14. It's Crawford on the wing. There's a screen by Moniunas. Crawford kicks to Moore. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Burks. You can just chalk up the points when these guys get to the line. Here are your top free throw shooters for the past month. Well, you look at Burks, deadly on the stripe. Someone you do not want to foul.
And during that time, guys, he's been an absolute dead-eye shooter from the free throw line. His concentration just never wavers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Gobert, he's checked in for Diaw. Hayward comes in for Joe Ingles. Rodney Hood's checked in for Alec Burks. And George Hill's subbed in for Exum. Crawford passes to Montejunas. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Moore. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Oh, guys, that's an impressive spin move there. Didn't think he had a handle like that.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz.
Start it.
Some changes for New Orleans. Cousins comes in for Montejunas. And it's Drew Holiday in for Jordan Crawford. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Hood gets the bucket.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Yeah, look, the Pelicans are a solid offensive team. That's not where the problems have been. One of the best teams in the league as far as taking care of the basketball.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. The jump hook, a tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Davis has got his third bucket of the night.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And the Pelicans above average in their three-point percentage. They'd like to get even better there.
Well, when you have a star that's going to command a massive amount of attention in Anthony Davis, you need to space the floor with shooters and make sure that those guys are consistent in their spot-up game. I think that's how they take the next step, is at that end of the floor.
And the first one at the line is good. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. You hear some of the retired legends saying that nowadays the NBA is going soft. What do you think? Do you wish the game were a little grittier?
I really don't. I think the game is what it is because of the freedom of movement, because of the rule changes. What we see in front of us is how players are trying to manage the space, the pace, and how you play.
And he gets the bucket. Holiday with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Nuggets in Denver.
Felt like he was just a wizard in that one, guys. Some of those passes were absolutely magical. It was fun to watch.
He feeds it to Cousins. Outside for Davis. Just 5 to shoot. 13 feet away. And that one comes up a bit short.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
Yeah, he sat in that mid-range area, which can be a no-man's land defensively, but he quickly moved over to contest.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, there are numerous ways to build a lead, but owning the glass may be one of the best.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we've seen DeMarcus Cousins become one of the elite big men in the NBA, dominant in the post and even adding the three-pointer to his game. But at times, his temper has overshadowed his talent. Cousins says he's now turned a corner, saying, "My mind has grown. I understand the league better. I understand the politics of it. Now I'm becoming the professional I need to be. It took time." Guys, he understands he now has to lead by example.
He wants to win, David. We know that. Thank you. And here is Hill. 9 points in the game so far. And it's Hayward again missing.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Now the dish to Hill. Pass to Cousins. Gobert with the block. Hood against Moore. Outside Hood. Outside Hill. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Outside Holiday. Davis dishes to Holiday. Back to Davis from 20 feet out. Almost, but it rolls out. Jazz trail by 16. Hayward kicks to Gobert. Another miss by Utah.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
The only way you're going to challenge him in that situation, you have to attack with more power.
Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
Love the rhythm that Drew showed on that catch-and-shoot jumper.
Timeout, timeout.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Utah calls timeout. You can talk about franchise players, but Brent, Anthony Davis is the total package.
Well, he does it all on the court, Kevin, and we're always reminded that he did play some point guard in high school. Imagine that. So it's not just that. He is a humble kid, a hardworking kid. He connects with his teammates and the community, and they rave about his character off the court. So you got it all with Anthony Davis.
Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Trey Lyons. And a change for the Pelicans. Cook, he's checked in for Ejuan Moore. They set the pick. Outside Hill. Takes a 3. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Yeah, no disparaging remarks with regards to his effort in this one. He's making everything, and he needs his teammates to step up to the plate to help him out.
Davis kicks to Cook. Davis sets a screen. Off the screen. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Cousins has got 12.
I mean, if you're looking to get back into this game, you have to get tougher defensively.
Gobert the screen. Hill kicks to Hayward. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Gobert laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gobert's got his first points in this one.
Now he snakes around that offensive glass, played that carom just right.
Hood against Holiday. Fires from deep. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 3rd rebound on the night. It's stolen by Davis. Outside Holiday. Davis kicks to Cousins. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's Hayward. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
2 shots. Foul. 2.
And I tell you what, Gordon Hayward just steadily has grown into one of the better offensive players in the league. He does a great job of scoring it off the dribble. He's also at that small forward position, can be kind of a point forward, if you will, with his playmaking ability. And I like to call him, use a baseball term, he's like a 5-tooler. I mean, he does all the things you want a basketball player to do well on the floor. And to cap it all off, he is a great teammate as well.
Hayward hits them both. Talking about Hayward's versatility on offense, some would say his ability to cover smaller, quicker players defensively is another reason his star is on the rise.
His ability to get stops on the ball as well as provide quick help to his teammates is really priceless. The question now is ceiling. How much better overall can Hayward get? Some think he's more of a number 2 guy than a superstar. Some will tell you the sky's the limit.
He dishes it to Hood. He kicks it to Hill. The feed to Johnson. 6 to shoot. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Hayward missing again.
His offense just has not been there tonight, and he needs to step up his game because there's still time to recover.
Brent, you've been traded one time in your career. How jarring of an experience is that to leave one team that you may like and go to another that you weren't expecting?
It's a very strange situation to be called into an office and have your coach tell you you've been traded. You start to have a bit of an out-of-body experience, especially if you're in the younger, early stages of your career, because you always assume that you're going to stay where you are. You hear the kids on draft night talking about, I can't wait to move to the city, and we're going to get these things set up. And in the blink of an eye, that all comes to an abrupt business-like end.
So what was your trade? Who told you and where'd you go?
I was traded from the Clippers to the Miami Heat, and I was actually in the training room at the time. And that game, the Clippers were actually playing the Heat in LA that game. So I had to get out of the training room, go pack some bags, go take a physical, and fly to Miami while the team was still on the road. And so it was a very odd experience living in a hotel for a while, starting to assimilate all the new nomenclature for the offenses, getting to know the teammates, and then preparing yourself for what is going to be a couple of months left in the season with a bunch of new guys that you didn't go to training camp with.
2 points. That one goes. Johnson's got 5 points so far.
How about a little speed there from Joe Johnson? He's a valuable weapon on the fast break if he runs like that.
Outside Hill. Pass to Cousins. That doesn't go either for Cousins.
Well, he could not have been any more wide open, guys. Wow, I bet he nails that shot next time he gets a clean look.
Here's Cunningham. That's good from 17 feet away. Cunningham's got his first 2 points of the night. Jazz trail by 15. Gobert, the screen. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for New Orleans.
And boy, they've been producing points both inside and out. That kind of symmetry offensively is a great sign, and it's correlated with their early success.
.114 left in the first half. Cook, the pass to Frazier. And Cousins kicks to Hill. Cousins with a screen on Hayward. Here's Frazier, and off the glass. That one's good. And the Pelicans lead by 17.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
I think he spotted an area on the floor to gain that separation and then let it fly with a quick release.
Hill kicks to Burks. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Frazier dishes to Cook. Frazier outside. Cousins with a screen on Burks. Frazier the pass to Cousins. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Jazz trail by 14. Burks kicks to Hayward. Launches it. That one misses. That'll do it for the first half. Pelicans ahead. They lead by 14. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what concerns you most about the first half?
Well, I think the tempo is in their favor right now. They're fast, and they're getting up and down the floor. So they're running out in transition.
Got to beat them to the punch. Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith, all set to take a look back at the first half of basketball. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's New Orleans in control. They lead by 14. And let's go to Kenny. What'd you think of their first half?
Well, it has been an electric performance. These guys were firing on all cylinders. They came out aggressive, going after those rebounds, and they were piling it up. I think they wanted to send a message with their physicality, and they're going to be nearly impossible to stop if they're playing that way.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that'll do it as the second half is just about ready to begin. Back to Kevin Harlan. We will see you after the game. Hey, watch yourself.
I'm celebrating. We're the best.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. You look at DeMarcus Cousins, what a contribution.
And the approach to that first half was an aggressive one. Take it to the teeth of the defense, put them on the heels, and you're either going to score or get to the line.
Yeah, every drive has been decisive, and defenders just not keeping up with them. They are having to foul him.
Jazz trail by 14. On the floor for Alvin Gentry as we get into the second half. We've got Holiday. Anthony Davis is out there with Hill. Then there's Frazier. And it's Cousins in at the 5, roaming the paint. Gobert, the screen. That's a 2 from Hood. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got his 4th assist in this one.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And Cousins kicks to Holiday. Passes to Davis. The 15-footer. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Davis has got 9.
Just love to see the confidence on display from Anthony Davis with the catch and shoot. It's just another reason why he's considered one of the best players in the game.
Hayward against Hill. Hayward dishes to Gobert. It's good. 6 points for him.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
And already maybe a defensive adjustment needs to be made here in the second half if their current setup leads to chances like that, high percentage.
Hood kicks to Johnson. And Davis sends it back.
Just a wonderful effort from Davis on the defensive end with that rejection.
Hill. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Jazz have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
Free throw drops for Hill. He's perfect from the line this time.
Alvin, one of the best in the league at drawing up plays to free up a shooter. He's been doing that his whole career.
Kicks it to Holiday. Davis up top. He's got 9. The shot by Holiday, no good. Jazz trail by 10. Gobert, the screen. Johnson for 3. Another miss by Johnson. New Orleans gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. And the call will be against George Hill. That's his first foul. And here are the Pelicans now. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. For New Orleans, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
2 shots.
Free throw drops for Hill. And he can't hit the second.
Well, over a decade in the NBA, Joe Johnson, one of the most effortless scorers in the game. With his size, his skill, he is so tough to slow down.
Hayward up top. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Pelicans leading by 11. Dishes it to Frazier. Back to Holiday. Feeds to Davis. Hill against Frazier. The pass to Cousins. Gobert with the block.
Yeah, the offense a bit out of sync here to begin the half. They just seem a step behind. 1 of 4 so far.
Outside Hill. He feeds it to Gobert. Outside Hood. At the top of the key, Hayward. Just 4 to shoot. Gobert the pass to Hayward. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Hayward's got 9 points. And Brett, we see Joe Johnson working in the post more and more, using that size to his advantage. He's fun to watch.
Well, he's a great scorer, Kevin, has a nose for the basket. And I think as his career has gone on here, playing with combo guards out on the perimeter, at the small forward spot, Joe Johnson can still generate points from the block.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Such a great big body for a wing player. Johnson can definitely finish amidst the tall timber.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Boris Diaz checked in for Rudy Gobert. Lyle comes in for Joe Johnson. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Dante Exum in for Hill. And then for New Orleans, Monty Eunice is checked in for Cousins. Etuan Moore comes in for Hill. And Jordan Crawford is subbed in for Tim Frazier. Now here's Davis. He's got 9. Crawford outside. 6 to shoot. stolen. Ingles dishes to Exum. Ball going up court. Ingles kicks to Exum. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80.
That's good from Exum. Exum hits them both. And so it's New Orleans with it. Crawford kicks to Motiejunas. There's a screen. There's a screen by Motiejunas. Holiday gets the bucket. Here's Exum. He's got 5. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Utah Jazz is one of the up-and-coming teams in the West, and it was a system-wide commitment to young players. The younger teams tend to struggle, but head coach Quinn Snyder said he's committed to letting his players learn through their mistakes. He said it may be painful at times, but that's how we get better. In a lot of things, the only way to learn is through experience. Guys.
They're catching on quickly, thanks, D.A. Holiday, the pass to Motiejunas. Crawford dishes to Davis. Utah with the rebound.
That set had everything but the finish. You know, even though they missed that shot, they know they will convert that more times than not.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
The barista, Boris Diaw, probably the most pass-oriented big in the NBA. So back when he played in Charlotte, Kevin, the new coach asked him if he wanted to be an all-star, and Diaw's response, not really.
First free throw is good. And, Bray, you were talking about Diaw in Charlotte. The Bobcats waived him largely because of his reluctance to shoot.
Yeah, it was funny because they used to joke about the coaches asking for morning pass-arounds instead of morning shoot-arounds. Diaw grew up idolizing Magic Johnson, and he's always been obsessed with passing the ball and making plays, sometimes a little too unselfishly.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Crawford kicks to Motiejunas. Holiday sets the pick for Motiejunas. There's the dish to Davis. Holiday against Hood. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Davis, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. They get Boris Diaw.
That's the kind of leadership that AD provides for this Pelican team, showing he has no problem getting whacked if it means a trip to the free throw stripe.
The Pelicans have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. And that one falls for Anthony Davis. Dante Cunningham's checked in for the Pelicans. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Jazz trail by 4. Here's Exum. The offensive rebound. Lyles. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart.
And this is a bit of a nightmare game for him thus far. Just nothing working. And it has to be affecting his confidence. He just doesn't look like the player he normally is out there. And you can see it in his body language after every missed shot. Boy, this is tough.
Free throws good, Lyles. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. And stolen by Hood. For the tie. And Davis pulls it down.
He looked like he was in rhythm to shoot that one, guys, especially as open as he was. Just clanged it.
There's a screen by Modiunas. Modiunas a screen on Hood. Crawford kicks to Moore. Hits it from three-point range. Moore's got his third bucket of the night.
Wide open there. The defense just completely in snooze mode.
To the middle. It's stolen by Davis. Here is Cunningham. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Well, folks, tonight a great rebounding game we're watching in progress. And now, with that in mind, let's take a look at the all-time record for rebounds in a single game. How about Wilt Chamberlain with 55 rebounds back on November 24th, 1960.
And guys, that's one of those records that always seemed to me impossible to break. I mean, in the modern era, nobody's even sniffed that 55 rebound mark. I mean, heck, a lot of teams don't get 55 rebounds in a game, and Wilt's owned it since 1960.
Well, shots like that drive coaches batty. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
Wiles kicks to Burks. Banked in off the glass. Burks has got 7 points.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Here is Cunningham. Crawford passes to Davis. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Just excellent recognition by Anthony Davis to sell the shot fake. Gets the defense up in the air.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Free throw good, Davis. New Orleans making a switch here. Cook's checked in. That one misses. Jazz trail by 4. Here's Ingles. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Pass to Exum. Clock at 6. Back to Ingles. The Jazz working the ball around now. Works for 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got rebound number 15 here tonight. Here's Cunningham, and some very quick points for him on that possession. Cunningham's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Burks kicks to Diaw. Good on the triple. He has 7.
And it is dangerous to forget about him out there. Diaw has that sneaky range. We've seen it before.
Here is Cunningham. The feed now to Cook. To the middle, trying to find Davis. He's got it now. And that one, good. Davis has got 13.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Modiunas. And he makes the first. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Pelicans leading by 3. Cunningham kicks to Crawford. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Pass to Burks. Here's Lyles. Back to Burks. Crawford with the steal. Here's the 3. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crawford.
Looking here at some numbers for Diaw. His last 10 games, averaging about 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And clearly, he's having a tough stretch here. But it's all about how you respond to the adversity. That'll be key.
Now, here's Exum. He's guarded closely. Passes it to Lyles. Diaw with the screen on Crawford. 5 on the clock. Diaw can't hit.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Kicks it to Moniunas. There's the pick. He dishes it to Cunningham. He kicks to Moniunas. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Cunningham's shot is off. Jazz trail by 5. Now Exum, 7 points in the game. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Exum's got 9.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
A minute 50 left in the third. Here's Davis.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Anthony Davis. He's been on a tremendous roll since the All-Star break. 5th in scoring, 7th in rebounding, and he provides that deterrent around the rim, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in blocks per game.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one.
It felt like he was a little hesitant in the first half, but really he's amping himself up here and battering around to get himself to the free throw line.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Jazz. Hill comes in for Dante Exum. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Moniunas. Good on the second free throw. Jazz trail by 4. 1:41 left in the third quarter of the game. To the paint, here's Diaw, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2. Now let's check out and highlight the best defenses in the NBA. The Jazz, number 1.
And this D has been completely dominant. Fewest points per game allowed in the league. These guys are talented, they trust each other, they work together, and you just won't find better coaching on the defensive end of the floor.
And that one falls for Diaw.
Well, he doesn't shoot a ton of free throws, but Diaw's percentage has improved over the years.
Hill, he's checked in for Anthony Davis. And Diaw drops them both. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here is Cook. He's guarded by Hill. Burks against Crawford. Down low. No good from Cousins.
Man, just imagine how much they'd be up by, guys, if his shot was going in.
And that one falls for Diaw. Tim Frazier's checked in for the Pelicans. And it's tied up with that one. The Pelicans shooting down near the 40% mark since halftime. They've been slow getting going. Dishes it to Cunningham. Feeds it to Crawford. New Orleans moving the ball around. Here's Cousins. Hits the jump hook. Cousins has got 17 now. Jazz have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. Here's Johnson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Something that maybe Joe Johnson could do more of with his size and skill. Get inside and work his way to the line.
This is his first free throw of the game. That's good from Johnson. A different look for Utah. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Diaw. And Gordon Hayward is subbed in for Joe Ingles. And so he hits both.
Well, primetime years for Joe Johnson meant ISO Joe, for his ability to score one-on-one, a style of offense that's lost a little bit of its favor, but it remains effective for Joe.
Crawford dishes to Cousins. Frazier against Hill. It's stolen by Gobert.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Yeah, they can't let the shot clock run down too far on this possession.
The shot by Hayward, wide open, finds himself wide open and drills it. Hayward's got the lead up to 3 now for the Jazz. Frazier kicks to Cousins. Cousins with a screen for Hill. Hill against Frazier. Gobert with the block. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Picked him clean. And now the Pelicans on the break. Here's Cunningham. Here's Crawford. Can't get it to fall. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Jazz out in front as they end the third quarter with a massive 16-7 run. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Guys, we got to be more solid, okay? We got to be more solid defensively. Now we got to dig in, we got to guard, okay? And then we got to execute our offense.
A lot of things on that list, trying to refocus his troops. Moments ago, Coach Alvin Gentry.
Yeah, the energy's all right, but the execution definitely could be better with and without the basketball.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. A tall wing pair with Hood at the 2 and Hayward at the small forward. Gobert is out there with Johnson. And it's Hill in at the point. That's the group right now for Utah. Cousins. And count the basket. He is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
One shot. Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
He loves the pressure, feeds off it really, as we just saw there.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins. Utah shooting around 41% on the night. Hood kicks to Johnson. There's a screen. Hayward up top. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. And the Jazz lead by 2.
And Joe Johnson unselfish with that play. You can call his number just about any time, but turning down a good shot for a great one, good on you, Joe.
Cunningham passes to Holiday. It's stolen by Hill. And now the fast break. Hill with the ball. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one is on Holiday.
Yeah, easy call.
The first one falls.
impeccable from the line since halftime.
Hayward hits them both.
Free throw shooting. Just another part of his game he does extremely well.
And Holiday kicks to Cunningham. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Davis is checked in. Holiday dishes to Crawford. And the foul on Drew Holiday.
Loose ball. Loose ball.
That's foul number 2
Go
for
the
him.
other way.
Utah leading by 4. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Hill passes to Gobert. Tries from 10. The second effort. Another shot. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Just claimed that possession for his own there. Grabs the offensive rebound and puts it right back in.
Free throw drops for Hayward. Pelicans trail by 7. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Back to Holiday. Screen by Cousins. Holiday with it. Shot clock at 6. To halt the run. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. That free throw, no good. Cook is checked in for Jordan Crawford. And the second free throw, good. Utah leading by 6. Hill dishes to Johnson. Shot, high post. Not enough on that one as it misses. Well, for New Orleans, shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Cook kicks to Davis. The pass to Cook. Down low. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
31.
That free throw good from Cousins. So it's Utah now. 3-point lead. And here is Hill. Gobert the screen. Hill kicks to Gobert. And it's Hood in the corner. Another miss by Utah. Pelicans trail by 3. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. He feeds it to Hill. Nice ball movement by Utah. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
This whole second half, he's been unbelievable scoring the basketball. The defense has had literally no effect.
That free throw good from Hayward. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Cook kicks to Davis. Outside Holiday. Cousins with a screen for Holiday. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
Now here is Hill. Johnson outside. The dish to Hayward. Off the screen. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, this is a tough one. The D is giving up way too many open looks, guys, and they're paying for it.
Davis kicks to Holiday. Pass to Cousins. From the baseline. 2 points. That one goes. Cousins has got 26. Jazz leading by 3. Hill kicks to Johnson. It's stolen by Hill. To tie it up. And the Pelicans get it back.
And the offensive rebounding, really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the board.
For Utah, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Gobert, the screen. Hill kicks to Johnson. The feed to Hayward. Front past the arc. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Cousins has got 11 rebounds in the game. And Holiday kicks to Cousins. Back to Holiday. Pass to Davis. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Commendable defense on that one, but it doesn't affect AD in the least.
Outside Hood. Passes it to Hayward. Shot off the pick. No good. And New Orleans will come the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. And that game will kick off a 4-game homestand. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Very lazy defense there, but luckily they got bailed out by the missed shot. He won't miss many of those opportunities.
Gobert, the screen. Takes a 3. Johnson can't get it to go.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And the basket by Hill.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Gobert, the screen. Hayward from outside. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. And that's now 27 points for Gordon Hayward.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second 3 of the half right there.
Kicks it to Cousins. Davis sets a screen. Cousins, the pass to Holiday. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
It's tipped. To the wing right side. Here's Cook. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Gobert, the screen. Johnson outside. He dishes it to Hayward. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Here's Davis. Off the left rim and out. Utah trailing here. From the arc. They get it back. Gobert can't hit. New Orleans has gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the 3rd quarter. Holiday. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And he's clearly just disappeared here this quarter, not making any contributions here with his offense.
Feels like he's compounding mistakes too, because every miss makes him want to force something else. Not the best idea.
This is to Hayward. Just 5 to shoot to take the lead. And Gobert with the basket on the assist by Hayward. And it's 8 points for Rudy Gobert. For New Orleans, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the 4th. That's about 43%. Davis sets a screen. Outside Holiday drills the 3-pointer. Holiday's got 6 points in the quarter.
And with that 3, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Gobert, the screen. Hill dishes to Johnson. He kicks to Hayward. To the paint. Wants to get it to Hill and does. And it's in there. Hill's got it all tied up now for the Jazz.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you're better off sending them to the free throw lines than to have them get that good a look.
Well, they weren't even close enough to foul him there. That's how lax the D was on that play.
Clock at 6. Cousins against Gobert. No good from Cousins. Utah has gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Hill kicks to Hood. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Rodney Hood, talk about making a jump from year 1 to year 2. Greg, he improved in almost every facet of the game.
And Hood came into the league with a reputation as a dead-eye shooter, and that's been the case from both long and mid-range off the bounce. What has surprised some people, though, is his advanced ball handling and his ability to find open teammates. A relatively quick study there. Still a ton of upside to Hood's game.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Frazier's checked in. So he comes up empty at the line. New Orleans has gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Hill has the open look, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. And the Pelicans lead by 2.
Well, AD defining the word clutch on that one. Huge shot there.
Gobert the screen. Hill kicks to Hayward. To the inside. Here's Gobert, and Davis sends it back. Frazier against Hill. Frazier kicks to Hill. Here's Davis. A terrific shot on the turnaround. And now a 4-point Pelican lead. Gobert the screen. Hayward goes in. Nice shot by Gobert. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 13 rebounds. Well, for New Orleans, shooting about 45% from the 4 in the fourth. Here's Frazier. A second chance effort. Cousins, no good.
He's certainly a threat to finish those opportunities with some style and flair, but the defense did a simply outstanding job preventing that from happening.
Top of the key, Holiday. Here is Frazier. Feeds it to Davis. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Puts the fadeaway right on the money.
So you have an all-star type player in Anthony Davis. He's going to handle that scoring load and always put you in great position.
Gobert, the pass to Johnson. Puts up a 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Frazier kicks to Davis. Back to Frazier. New Orleans moving it around. There's the pass to Hill. Three-pointer. Gobert pulls it in. Utah's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Here's Hayward. Hill with some nice D. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Hood kicks to Hill. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. Six-second difference between shot and game clock. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And the first of two, no good, heartbreaker. And the second of two is good. That puts them up by 5. Utah calls timeout. They're losing by 5. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Quinn Snyder's huddle. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here, but we can't make mistakes. You got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Hins the three.
Those are huge points.
As important a bucket as we've seen all game long.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Now Frazier. 5 on the clock. He feeds it to Davis. Sinks it.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
And that's part of good coaching. The last thing you want to do is have total control of the game and give some back at the end.
Put on the wing. There's the dish to Gobert. It's stolen by Hill. So it's a narrow victory for the Pelicans, pulling it out for the W. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Anthony. You got to enjoy coming out on the road and getting a win like you did tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. It's a tough arena to play in. We knew it was going to be a tough game. Everybody coming out, we just wanted to play. We came out from the beginning and said, we got to come out and play defense, and that's what we try to do all night.
Yeah, that defense sure showed up at the end. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis. Man, did he heat up in the second half. Everything coming up roses. It's amazing what he's capable of when he gets going.
one of the great superstars in the NBA, Anthony Davis, operating at the top level of his game tonight. He had the presence in the paint at both ends. Now that strikes fear in the heart of the opposition.
At home, Ernie, on the road, Kenny, doesn't matter. This guy is impossible to handle when he gets rolling. Crowd was doing his best to fire this guy up and get him to respond, but nothing worked. He was too much for him. Great night from a great, great player.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
yes. I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.